They're gonna add more Timmies? I hope so. I'm gonna do one more. It's irresponsible. The streak is alive. Let's see if we can keep it rocking and rolling. Okay. We're Necrobinder again. Facing the Ceremonial Beast. We got an end of act shop. We've got like a pretty question mark laden path to get there, which I like. Silver Crucible has treated me well. This one has been good. New Leaf, could it be fine as well? But I'm leaning towards the Silver Crucible. It has been surprisingly good to have upgraded cards. Maybe surprisingly, unsurprisingly, I don't know. It has performed better than I would have expected. One option there with that opening hand would have been to do Strike Unleash on this guy and then just do a block. Maybe that would have been better because 2 strikes can kill the front guy because he had 12 hit points. Probably should have. So I think that was a misplay. So shouldn't take any more damage here though. And in fact won't. I mean, here's the deal. This is the only card that actually does anything right now. Do we want to do the exact same run again? It was pretty fun. There's a lot of things that work with Sleight of Flesh. Right? Even just Defy. Pretty good. Doom cards are good. It's not like So is bad, but this is a curse right now. But anything that does weak, vulnerable, Doom, I mean, the thing is like when you look at the full card library of like the cards you actually want to play. So like Defy, Scourge, even Negative Pulse, totally fine. Debilitate. Enfeebling Touch, No Escape, Deathbringer, Putrefy. Like, there's a lot of different status effects, a lot of weak, and we always pick those up. And Defy is a common, and it's a common we're always going to grab. I'm just going to do it. Honorable mention for Page Storm, though. Excuse me? What a shuffle. Maybe should have played the Sleight of Flesh instead of 1 damage. Not gonna matter. I don't love Countdown, but Countdown is okay. Countdown could be okay against Ceremonial Beast with Sleight of Flesh and then just a bunch of block cards. Fetch is also fine, but I don't... This is just... What is it doing? I don't like Countdown either, really. But I think Countdown plays better into what we have at the moment. Let's transform, get rid of a strike. Death's Door? Okay, that's actually pretty good with Countdown. All right. Poor Sleep isn't that bad. Like, this curse is not that bad. Currently sitting at 27 out of 66. I really don't want to lose 8 max HP here. I'm gonna do rest anyway. Yeah, exactly. It's a huge heal. Huge heal. Yeah, it's either pull or invoke. I mean, even Grave Blast is kind of okay because we may be able to grab Death's Door. Yeah, exactly. We kind of just want to sit around. Honestly, Invoke also helps us just sit around. Invoke can be a poor man's energy generation. So Invoke plus, you know, again, any of the things that's generating souls. Invoke plus Dirge, Invoke plus Capture Spirit. These are all things that can get us there. Yeah, exactly. You like Invoke when you already have card draw? I agree. Like, it's not good now, but it's good for the things that we're always going to want to add to the deck anyway, whereas Pull Aggro kind of gets in the way later. Pull Aggro is definitely better right now. But even right now, Invoke is not awful. I just feel like Pull Aggro is just sort of a weak card, and we've already got some sort of expensive cards that we definitely want to play. Whereas Invoke kind of lets us do that. I'm going to grab the Invoke. Excuse me? I guess just Sleight of Flesh Countdown, and then Weak Pot. Plop. Aha, we're gonna invoke. No, I should have blocked for one more. Took 1 damage, didn't need to. Dirge! Dirge is here. Wow, okay. Great. Go ahead and click that. All right, let's eat the egg. Delicious. Delish. All right, so we always have to play the Sleight of Flesh, I think. Invoke definitely rewarded with that Dirge, yes. Oh my god. So have to do countdown. Probably just play the Dirge and make sure we hit Death's Door. Well, I don't know, even if we get a handful of... God, they hit so hard. Really don't want to block twice. I'm gonna invoke Dirge. Take 3 more this turn, but this lets us play like strikes and stuff too. Okay, we got the Death's Door. Okay, so 9, 9, and 4. All right, so we need actually, well, I guess we play everything, but. Yeah, get out of here, nerd. We Dirgin. And we're gonna strike you. Deciding whether to add the negative pulse or not. Might not. I don't know, the deck's pretty slow in the damage it deals with the countdown. This speeds it up. I think I like that. And like, it's block. Might be handy to finish an enemy off at a turn when we're not gonna kind of invest into the invoke Dirge setup. Right, because that kind of involves like a full turn of not blocking much this turn to be able to block and have the energy for the subsequent turns. How the run's been going today? Just played Ascension 9 and almost doubled your loss count? Well, it was rough earlier, and we're on a streak of 2. And I think it's just another card that says block. So I am going to grab it right now. Empty! And then we're going to rest here. I don't like sitting at that low of hit points. Fogmog. He's on a countdown. So we Death's Door and... Not sure if I do the negative pulse, probably... Don't? I can just play the Dirge. And I'm just gonna invoke here. We'll take 1. Okay. Goodbye, sir. Fairy in a bottle. We like that. And skip. Delay is okay, especially if it's upgraded. Because when it's upgraded, of course, it gives the full energy return. It's not going to be upgraded. It's not going to be upgraded for a while. But I think it's makes things a little bit smoother on our way to our degenerate ultimate game plan. So let's delay Dirge. Probably not invoke. 1 extra energy next turn, hopefully enough. Unless I'd rather invoke, defend, Dirge. Or just invoke Dirge and then take 1. Yeah, I think I like that plan. Just invoke Dirge, take 1. And then I think we don't take any more for the rest of the fight. Most likely, anyway. Alright, found Countdown. We got our negative pulse, which lets us play Death's Door, which is awfully good right now, considering the enemies are attacking us for about 1 billion. Death's Door is here again. And still need to block for more, so we will. Go ahead and hit me, nerd. Feels like once enemies deal more damage, certain floor layouts that force you into 5 fights in a row can just be brutal. Bad draw at Ascension 9 makes a much... Oh, absolutely. Honestly, Ascension 9 is a dramatic shift in the difficulty of the game. Once you hit that deadly enemies, it's a huge... There's a reason why my pathing makes me look like a total wiener. Just going to all the question marks possible, because you chain too many hallway fights and you're just dead. Unless you've got a ton of front-loaded block, or you can do an infinite on turn 1. Okay, this is just a skip though. I don't want these things. And we're gonna go shopping, because we want a card remove. And is Strike worse than Poor Sleep? I think so. Strike is worse than Poor Sleep. And I think Scourge is okay. Yeah, that's true. The question marks can just simply be hallway fights. Juzu Bracelet, my beloved. Yeah, I'm gonna grab the Scourge. And maybe a Potion of Doom, but maybe just leave. And could maybe fight an elite. I'd really like to upgrade though. And after losing hit points, we may not be able to. Oh. Now we don't want to upgrade a random card. Let's just heal. And then this fight is basically done and dusted. So upgrade either the Dirge or the Scourge. One of your losses was to that event? You weren't able to take a heal? You want to know how far it went? Oh yeah, it goes all the way. You can upgrade your entire deck and go down to 1 hit point. Yeah, I'm gonna upgrade the Dirge instead of the Scourge. Countdown is here. Dirge is here. All right, good fight. And let's delay defend. I need to get Sleight of Flesh in play. So then let's invoke, because we're going to get a soul next turn. Negative pulse, and I think should be done taking damage. We might take 1 more turn of damage here, depending on what we draw. Yeah. Asti will fall, but we won't. Here we go. Let's just do our tiny bit of extra damage there. Get him to be stunned. We're ringing. Let's Dirge. We only get to play 1 card. Let's make it an X cost. All right, and he's dead. And we're not. See you later, Ceremonial Beast. Seance is here, Necromastery's here. I like Seance. I think Seance is pretty good. Seance lets us trim the deck down while we're in the throes of things. Yeah, Seance pretty good. I don't think I need to think too hard about that. It's just Seance. Alright. Cannot choose Toasty Mittens. Would never want to. Toy Box is fine. Yummy Cookie is actually probably pretty good. I think we like the Yummy Cookie. Upgrade 4 cards. And so the important ones to upgrade are going to be Scourge, because it draws us cards. Delay, because it can give us more energy. Death's Door gives us more block, but it's not that good of an upgrade. However, might still be the upgrade, because it is 3 block in a lot of the times when we play it. And we're going to play it to get the upgrade out of it, even in a lot of situations where we haven't applied Doom, right? Because we're going to play it over a regular defend. So I think that's still the one. Could upgrade Seance. Getting the Soul Plus is just an extra card draw when we do eventually draw that Soul. Could also totally make it Negative Pulse or Bodyguard. I'm gonna go with Seance. And our goal for the Knowledge Demon is to just simply thin it out. Hit up shops, avoid fights. And then I think we're in good shape. Okay, so we get negative pulse, then Death's Door. Seems good. I love that we have a fairy in a bottle too. That's so nice. All right, let's doom this fella. And maybe don't need to apply the countdown. Maybe we just simply dirge. I think so. We'll take some damage here, but then I think we're done taking damage. Yeah. So actually, let's just delay and then Scourge this guy. So we just play all of these. Full block, and then hopefully we'll be good. Alright, so if we Sleight of Flesh, can we apply Doom 3 times? I guess no, but we could do it twice. And then finish this guy off with the Unleash. So that's kind of like blocking. Okay, you're doomed, sir. Goodbye. And skip. Could pick up an Afterlife, don't really need to. Could pick up a Dredge, don't really need to. Don't want to get mugged. Whatever he's going to try to steal, we don't want it to happen, so we're going to do the Sleight of Flesh on this turn. Take some damage. Yeah, you are not taking that from us. Absolutely not. Unacceptable. So let's Seance away the Strike. Let's play the Scourge. And let's do Delay Dirge. That'll full block and get him in range where we'll doom him this turn. Yeah, we're good. Alright. Good fight, sir. Attack Potion over Liquid Bronze? Probably. Give us our countdown back. Debilitate. We don't have any weak yet. Feels like taking Debilitate without weak is a mistake. Debilitate still does apply the Sleight of Flesh. I'm leaning towards skip. I think a preemptive Debilitate without already having weak in the deck is not correct. Let's attack potion to see if we find something that applies doom. No, but we found something that actually works pretty well. So I'm gonna invoke here. I think that's gonna be, well, yeah, I'm just gonna take the 3. Oh, God. Alright, Seance away the strike. Scourge here. Negative pulse. Alright, they're dead. Defy and Capture Spirit are here. Still happy to add a Defy. It's a very good card. Weak enemies just simply don't hit that hard. Capture Spirit, kind of unnecessary. With the Dirge, Invoke, and Delay. It's still good. Still maybe worth taking, right? Any souls that we can get to get us to these cards are pretty worthwhile. Yeah, we don't need it, right? Especially Dirge with energy generation means that Dirge can amplify the next Dirge. Defy might be one of the most necessary cards if you don't have infinite. Absolutely. That's a nicely stated way to put it. All right, so we could do a random power or a 0-cost card. We would love like Neurosurge and maybe a handful of others, but not that many exciting powers. Friendship would be good. Still a decent number of whiffs. Contrast that with 0-cost cards. More likely to want one of these. Neurosurge still here. Misery could be okay. Oblivion's good. Another Seance honestly would be fine. Borrowed Time. Yeah, let's go with the 0-cost. That ain't it. Poke is not what we were looking for. Alright, Defy is going to fall off here. I'd rather Invoke. Very likely to draw Dirge. And by very likely, I mean more than 50%. Which is like pretty likely. There it is. Still going to do Delay Countdown Dirge. So no need to Seance here, though I might negative pulse because plop, plop, plop. All right, and they're all dead. You're doomed. Shroud is like okay, but I don't know that it's that good. If there's ever a deck that's gonna take it, I guess it's this. It's okay. You've seen better decks for it, honestly? Oh, I mean, sure. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, probably still good, maybe. It is green. It does have a plus. These are things in its favor. Yeah, it gets better with Neurosurge and the zero cost Doom energy card, so true. Alright, so we're gonna play the Defy here. I suppose on the front chopper. Take a bunch of damage. Seance away a strike. And they're hitting us for 18. Take 2, I suppose. Haven't quite found the turn to justify the block potion. I'd like to try to use it. How'd you get the poor sleep curse? By having a real bad night of sleep. No, it was Act 1 event. Was kind of low on health, so couldn't justify losing... Well, I just don't like losing max HP in general, so I just chose to heal. I'm gonna delay instead of invoke. All right. What are all these dazes doing here? There we go. Little chompers. They make me think of the Mousers from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Swift Pot. And I think this is a skip. Swift Pot over Block Potion. I think... No, I think I'd rather have the Block Potion. I think so. The next fight could be against the Knowledge Demon. I do want to go shopping. I mean, it's, of course, either the Bone Tea or the Tea of Discourtesy. Of course, one of these question marks could be a shop. I'm gonna go with the Bone Tea, I guess. Game piece. Whenever you play a power, draw a card. Okay. Pretty good. Let's rest here. Feeling not that great at the previous hit point like level. It makes Shroud better? Yeah, it sure does. It does make Shroud better. Swift Potion is back. We'll keep the Block Potion. And let's try upgrading here now. Upgrading Defy. Unupgraded Defy is kind of sad. I guess we have mostly upgrades that we need at this point. Maybe an upgrade on Negative Pulse is like a mild upgrade, but not that big of a deal. Upgrade on Bodyguard is fine. But I'm gonna grab just the 35 gold. Oh god. Good thing the starting hand was upgraded. Okay, I think Sleight of Flesh and then the Block Potion. And I'll play the Dirge. Alright, found Countdown. So Defy probably here. I'll play the Death's Door. I might not play the Countdown. It's gonna block for another 5 on this turn. Okay, Seance away a defend. And what will we draw? Alright, found Scourge and Death's Door, that's good. So, want to try to kill this guy, which should be able to. Okay, and they are all doomed. Great. Goodbye, little cockroaches. No Escape is here? It is upgraded, pre-upgraded. Yeah, it is great for bosses. And I think I'm gonna rest here. Honestly, the only meaningful upgrade here is like Bodyguard or Negative Pulse. Both of which are fine. Maybe could have used the Fairy in Bottle by not resting, but I don't know. Maybe we'll end up doing a liquid memories on that no escape by the end of the fight. We'll see. All right, need to do Sleight of Flesh. Kind of need to do Countdown. Poke. Yeah. It's gonna take a bunch of damage here. Defy has made an appearance. You love to see it. Let's see what Scourge finds. Finds our delay. I think we just defy negative pulse. Some of the least relics you've seen at the Act 2 boss? Yeah, it's literally 0 elites. Sometimes that's just how it goes. Deciding if I want to use liquid memories here. Just gonna redefy. Okay, Seance away a strike. Invoke Bodyguard Defend. Pretty simple turn. Found our Death's Door. Not a great turn for it. Could Defy to keep that in the deck, and that'll block the disintegration damage. And then just big dirge. Gotta find that no escape. Found it. I guess we'll play the Shroud. Okay. Did not find the Death's Door. I think we still pretty close to full blocking though. Oh, I don't want to do that to any of these. I guess it doesn't matter. We are not full blocking, 27 plus 13, but the Fairy in the Bottle will proc and we will live. No, it will not. We still have 3 hit points. Neurosurge is here. Oh, baby. Neurosurge is such a good card. That is easily the pick. Easily. Preserved Fog is here again? Yeah, we remove 5 cards. Easy remove 5. Super easy remove 5. So we're gonna remove Strike, Strike. Poor Sleep. Poke. And Defend. So now we just want to find more card removes. Because that's just how a little skeleton boy rocks and rolls. So Test Subject and the Door Maker. Is this some kind of Battle Brothers mode? Yeah. Your last run of the night was Necrobinder. You went up to 705 Doom on yourself and then doomed the door, but you live thanks to Fairy in a Bottle. That's incredible. Even 75, that's pretty incredible. I actually didn't know that Fairy in a Bottle would save you from Doom. I guess why would it not? Not an interaction I've thought about before. I'd be nervous about that. Okay, could Shroud, No Escape, Death's Door, but also could just No Escape, Death's Door, Invoke. I think I like that better. Okay, let's play a big dirge. I'm gonna take just one. There's our Neurosurge. There's Neurosurge. Honestly, we don't need the Defy. No Escape is here. Guess we still need a block. Excuse me? Hitting for 18, hitting for 21. Okay, but now he's dead. And I don't think we take a Grave Warden. No need to grab that. We'll just skip. Grave Warden, like, okay. And we will lose 11 HP for a relic, sure. Venerable Tea Set, that's a good one. Neurosurge is here. Good. Seance away. Defend. Maybe should have done Ascender's Bane if I think I'm not gonna shuffle. And this will take away 4 damage, so will this. So do that one. So if I do Dirge, that'll be another 16. So 16 plus 8, 24. We'll have enough block. So let's go ahead and do that. May end up wanting to use a skill pot here, potentially. Never mind. We're good. We are good. Oh, I shouldn't have done that yet. I need to get this Light of Flesh play. But I don't think it'll matter. Well, could end up with a bad draw here. So can use Defy to kill one. And then hitting for 16 and 16, so 32, still good. Still good. Now let's see if we can just kill him. And can. Skip. No need for any of these. Veil Piercer, like, fine, I guess, just to play the Defy, but that's pretty weak. Royal Stamp is here. I think this Neurosurge is royally approved. I say this Neurosurge is, yeah, definitely. Oh, yeah, that's right. It doesn't work on powers. I knew that. For some reason, because it draws cards and gives you energy, I wasn't thinking of it like a power, I was thinking of it like a skill. Well. Putting Seance in the opening hand, still kind of okay. Putting Dirge in the opening hand, also kind of okay. Putting Defy in the opening hand, also kind of okay. I think I like Defy in the opening hand. I think I like that most. Obviously the retain part is not happening. And let's remove Unleash. I think I'd rather have the defense. We'll still upgrade the Neurosurge. No, goodbye potion. Got a Vajra. I guess I just leave here. I'm not even gonna buy a potion. Dex Pot's okay, but meh. I'm not gonna buy an unupgraded Shroud. I just want to heal to full before the Speaking of healing. Sparkling Rouge. At the start of your third turn, gain 1 strength and 1 dexterity. Okay. Okay. So let's Seance a defend. Play the Sleight of Flesh. Maybe play the Soul to try to find the Neurosurge. Could play the Scourge to try to find the Neurosurge. Got like a 2/5 chance. And then we don't take any damage. Yeah. Ow. Alright. And now the fight is over. So let's find the no escape again. Plop. So we'll hit him with one more no escape, just to get him fully doomed. There it is. And I suppose we should try to just find the block that we need. That's it. Borrowed Time. I think Borrowed Time is good, and I would love to upgrade it. But I guess won't be able to. No, I don't want to create a custom card. Let's see. Probably a skill. The powers, I feel like the options are either like upgrade a card after combat, strengthen dex, or other powers cost less. Those are the only ones I've seen. And I'm not interested in that. The skill, I've seen draw, I've seen energy. I think I'll go with that one. All right, the one with energy or draw, actually, both pretty good. I think I like the energy better. Yeah, skill options are pretty good. Yeah, I think I like the energy better. And here it's definitely rest. Want to go with these fights with as much HP as we can. Yeah, there is a power that reduces the cost of other powers, that's right. Alright, Scourge will make Death's Door be able to block a bunch for us. We can Defy. And I'm deciding between Invoke and Dirge or just simply the Dirge. Might just do the Dirge. There's still good energy in the draw pile. And it's one fewer skill played, I guess. It's probably a little smoother because of the extra souls. Okay, gotta play the Sleight of Flesh. All right, found Mad Science. So let's play the Shroud, and then Borrowed Time will heal. Or excuse me, provide block. And could do the countdown, but could also just do delay. Let's just do delay. Countdown can be hopefully at the end of this turn. Okay, definitely need to start okay. Giving him an awful lot of strength, huh? Ruh-roh. Gain an awful lot of strength. Still only doing a tiny bit of damage to us. Actually, none this turn, but boy. Need to get the Scourge and no escapes and stuff applying to him. Might be able to apply enough statuses to him to kill him. Certainly gonna try. Not gonna be able to. So these are all still block positive. So we play them. but maybe the most block positive is just to simply dirge. Maybe delay dirge? Perfect. So I have to be careful about playing like borrowed time and stuff. So we like invoking. I want to play another dirge, but I guess that's fine. So play just an absolutely massive dirge. It's a big Ostie. Now let's invoke. And do I play the borrowed time? Currently doomed for 21. That might be okay. Let's try to find the... Oh, come on. I mean, I guess I could have played a card before. Yeah. Whatever. I can still do this, I guess. Just want souls to go with the energy. And let's defy. No escape dirge. Maybe should do the delay. How many souls we got there? None. Let's just do the dirge. Keeping in mind we're currently doomed for 24. Again, something just to be mindful of, because it's a fight that's still going on for a little bit, but I think we're pretty good. Alright, so he's fully doomed. Keep the defy in the deck. Alright, so we've got delay and invoke here. And dirge. Nice. So let's just do invoke dirge. Alright, and then just apply as much doom as we can. Even the negative pulse I think is totally okay. Yeah, that'll be good. And then before shuffling, we'll just put some souls directly on top. Alright, almost certainly going to play the no escape, but maybe after some other things? Wow. So let's defy, no escape, invoke, dirge. Ostie's going to eat any attacks anyway, so we just need to apply our doom and we're good. Just need to find the no escape now. And we can go ahead and play borrowed time, that's fine. There it is. All right, test subject taken care of. Up next we've got the Doormaker. So Mad Science, Defy, and Bodyguard. And then we can delay as well. Probably want to get the countdown started. Scourge could find Death's Door or Neurosurge, Seance. I guess there's things we want it to find. Shroud, Sleight of Flash. These are the things we need in play. These also draw cards, so if I play the Shroud, it could find a defend. Sure. Well, maybe it's just Invoke Dirge and eat this first hit, but we'll be nicely set up. Sleight of Flesh not in play yet. And there's a piece of me that's wondering if I don't play the Neurosurge on the first shuffle even. Is that crazy? Doorkeeper, I don't think we need to play super aggressively against. Right? I don't think that's true. I think we can play it kind of slow. Yeah, I got our Sleight of Flesh and the Death's Door. Great. But Defy is here. Kind of need the energy. Let's see what we find. Well, 47 hit points should be enough. We'll Neurosurge. And I think Delay Dirge. I kind of want the Seance to churn through the crummy stuff in the deck a little bit. So let's keep him not fully doomed quite yet. One more turn. Then we'll get him completely doomed. Alright, let's make him doomed this turn. Especially when we can do a big turn like that. Okay, so let's play both the No Escape and the Invoke. Seance away. Negative Pulse? I guess it's a little bit meh. What? You again? And we'll Seance the Bodyguard. Alright, deck's feeling nice and thin. It's just about a foregone conclusion. In fact, pretty much is. In fact, it definitely is. All right. Goodbye, Doormaker. That is now a streak of 3. Well, well, well. 3 random runs, all Necrobinder. Yeah, thank you, Trash Comps. GG indeed. 3 in a row with the old Necrobinder. Victory! How lovely. So yeah, we had kind of a doom thing going with all three. Actually, not this one. Jackpot run. This one was pretty wild. It was kind of a hang situation. So I guess that's not even true. Jackpot is so much fun. Yeah, it's a pretty strong card. And I feel like Necrobinder has really good zero cost cards, so it's a good pickup on Necrobinder. Even though you would maybe first glance dismiss this, just because you're like, why is Necrobinder buying an attack? But it's actually, I think it was a pretty key part of the victory. Cool. Well, that's where I'm gonna call it for the evening. I'm gonna see if we can keep it rocking and rolling. You know, maybe tomorrow. Should be back tomorrow. Pretty sure I'll be back tomorrow. Let's see how long we can keep this random streak rolling. Hopefully it'll be a little while. Let's see. Where should I send people? Let's go someone I've not watched for quite a while, but someone who did a full rotating streak, which is pretty impressive. Sending guys over to VM service, and that's where I'm going to call it for the evening. So to all of you, wherever you are in the world, we'll see if the streak can continue tomorrow. But until then, ta-ta.